All right, guys, welcome to Friday, September 27th recap. Usually I have live video for Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Today I had a little bit of technical difficulties, so after the first trade, as you can see, I took 3 trades here. After this first one, my OBS shut down and I didn't want to monkey with it while I was trying to trade. So I just let it be, and I thought we would do a recap for today. So sorry for no live footage, but it really wasn't that much. You'll be able to see all my trades in the recap here. It was a decent day. Started out with a loss, and then got into 2 wins in a row, and then after that I was done. You can see I ended pretty early, about 9:13 here. Um, just because it's a Friday, I didn't want to give those profits straight back. And we ended the week up, so that's why we ended. But yeah, let's get, I think first of all, we're just going to get straight into these 3 trades, and then we'll go from there. So let's cut to the live footage of the first trade first, and then we'll come back and we'll recap the other 2. All right, I'm in this trade here. I wasn't recording before, but you can see now, hopefully. Um, yeah, shit,
Order filled.
we're out. All right, so I don't know that you saw that live. That was this trade here. Um, so that was our first loss of the day. We lost just under 11 points there, which is not ideal, but losses happen. And I'm not afraid of them. So that's why once we saw our next opportunity right here for our second trade, we took it. And it went pretty much straight to TP there. It did take a little bit, minute and a half, minute 45, I think it was. But as you can see, we had that displacement. No, not even a single, besides this one here, not even a single, and we even got a really bad fill here. So if I zoom in here, you can see I would have liked to have gotten filled right here, um, at, what is that, 341. I ended up getting filled at 339 and a half. So I got filled 1.5 below where I wanted. So it would have been pretty much the same trade, but just not ideal. I am working on deciding whether for these mat holds I want the stop loss at the wick, because as you can see, that would have just um, made our loss here smaller, and we still would have profited on this one. I'm working on the statistics on that right now. I think by the end of September, October, I'll have those pretty much ready to make a decision on that. Um, but yeah, so that is kind of what I was thinking for that one. Pretty simple trade, pretty self-explanatory. And then our next trade was right here. We had the break of, where is that low? Right here. This low right here. Break of that down almost to the tick. I think I was a quarter tick off. Let's see. I spot it 290.5 and the low was at 290.25. So yeah, 1 tick off. But that was the classic high day, low day break right there. Pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. So those were our 3 trades from today. And then I think we're gonna get into a little weekly recap here and then cap it off. All right, so now that we've gone through all the trades, this is kind of the data that I have from this week. You can see we're up $726.92 this week. First week on the actual PA account, the funded account. Not too bad. Obviously, not my best week. Probably, I mean, technically it's my worst week, but really it's not. I've only been trading the style for 3 weeks now. So I'm not saying this is my worst week. Um, if you take out this super long trade that we had, this high day, low day trade, you can see it's actually not that long of trades. You can see the average down here is less than a minute in trades. You can see we had 4 high day, low day trades. So basically every day I'm trading, I'm taking one of these. And then we had 2 mat holds, which were these 2 days. So these are the 6 trades that I took. You can see we were almost 50-50 long and short, so I don't really ever have like a weekly bias or anything like that. Um, you can see I didn't really trade after 9:30. So in between is between 9 and 9:30 Central Time. Before is 8:30 to 9, so I took 2 of those today. And then after is 9:30 to 10. Those are the only 3 time frames that I trade. Um, but you can see we had average points of about a little over 6 points per trade. So if you average that out, so if you do 6 times $20, that's about $120 per trade is our expected value, which is not too bad. Obviously, being in the positive is a good thing. And you can see on our wick prices, we did have one that would have won. The wick would have won here, so we only would have risked about 100, what is that, $115 there. But if we would have done this, we would have lost only, what is that, 3.75 times 20. We would have only lost $75 instead of that 220. So you add back, 100 and 145 back to our profit. That brings us to 871. We would have been up, but obviously I'm still working on this. So far my stats, I feel like it's bringing my mat hold win rate from about an 80% win rate down to about 50%, but it's bringing the RR from about 1 to 1 to about 1 to 2.8, 1 to 3. So I haven't done the math on that yet, and obviously it's such little data. It's really only from the past few days, so I want to get more data on that before I actually get into it. But we can get into all of the trades that I should have taken this week. So instead of, what was it, 6, we would have had 22 trades this week, and it would have brought our P&L to 2,852. But I don't want to include Thursday in this just because we had so much news that day. I would have never traded it. So we were actually at 1,800 and 80, which is amazing. Um, or again, around a minute in trade is pretty average. You can see we would have 97 points here. Average of 5 points a trade. Uh, that does not seem right, but it must be right. Um, yeah, and this trade right here, the reason I have it like this is what I actually took, but I put in my data that it could have been 20 because just because it was such a long trade, I took it out. But literally within 20 seconds after, you can see it on my other video, it hit full TP, which kind of sucks. But um, so that's supposed to be 20, but I put in what I actually took. So um, but yeah, so you can see with our wick stop loss, this win would have turned into a loss. This win would have still been a win. This win would have turned into a loss. Win still would have been a win. Really, you just want to look, um, our mat hold would have been, so we would have gone from, I guess this is including high day, low day. Our mat holds, we would have gone from a 9 out of 12 to a, oh, that's not even showing. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 12. So you can see 9 out of 12, that's a 75% win rate. 5 out of 12, that's a 40% win rate. So it's bringing it pretty low. I am also looking at how many of the winning trades can I hold past to instead of 10 points to 20 points. And you can see out of the winning trades, 5 of these would have been able to be held past, and 3 would have gone break even. One of those is not accounted for, or I didn't count that 5, 6, 7, 8. Where's our other win? Oh, okay. 4 would have been break even. I wasn't scrolled down. So, not too bad. And actually, it would have been 6 wins with this wick stop loss. So that would have brought us up to 50%. So from 75% to 50%. So I'm still working on that data, but as you can see, this would have been our total for the week here, and per day. So this is per day data. And then obviously, if we would have taken all of them, this would have been our new data. So we would have gone basically break even on Monday. And then today would have been about the same because we had one losing trade and one winning trade that we didn't take. But then, what is that? Tuesday and Wednesday would have been way bigger. And that would have over doubled our profits, which is kind of a bummer, but obviously I'm still working out my strategy, working out the kinks. So there's not, I can't be too sad with it. Now let's look at our high day, low days. You can see it's just the 4. We took all of these. None of these are getting extended, so I'm not even thinking about doing that right now. Yeah, hit 40 points on them. A little bit longer time in trade. Some of them are really short. Really, it was just the winning trades are really fast. You basically know if you're gonna win or lose right away. Obviously not this one, but yeah. So that is kind of all of the data from this. Let me see if I can pull up. No, okay. 500 futures dashboard is not ready yet, so we're just gonna leave that. But yeah, so everything's going good. The week was not as good as I would have hoped for, but obviously we came out on top, which is great. And we're gonna get back to it next week. You can see a lot of the trades that I did not take um, are not in that in between. So there's only 3 of them there. A lot of them are after, and a few before. The reason I did not, that I started taking the before ones, on Friday is because these 2 trades right here were such good price action. And if you break it up between before, after, all of that, you can kind of see that it is not perfect. Like, I feel like the before is the worst. Let's see if we can actually bring that up. So if we go all of them right here, and we go time category, you can see that in between is by far the best, but it also has the high day, low day in there. So I feel like that does not really count. So let's go take our strategy here and take out the high day, low days. Um, you can see the before is actually just as profitable. Um, and obviously the after is not as quite, which is why I kind of end my day before the after. Um, but you know, and I don't have, the other problem is I don't have a ton of data from before this week and the week before. So this data is a little bit off. I only have the trades that I was taking, which was only in these 2 categories. But oh, I guess this is only from this week. Let's go all. Yeah, so you can see that before is actually the best time frame. So the reason that I didn't realize that is because I had this checked, and as you can see, the in between is just way higher. Um, so, but really, you need to. There's not going to be any high day, low day breaks in the before, so you don't want to filter that in. And obviously, the after gets a little bit of boost from when those high day, low day trades happen a little bit later. But actually, before is our most profitable. So I'm definitely going to keep trading before now. I know I didn't for a few days, but and now that I'm actually looking at the statistics right, I realize that that's the best way to go. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. Um, well, had a good week. I hope everyone else did too. And I'll catch you guys next week when we have some more trades. See ya.